gentlemen, welcome to Live at Donny Vutures with Jerry Haas. Tonight, we've got Sorab Sadat Lojavardi from doobie-doobie-doobie.info and the Tarn Kakar Brothers. Yeah! Yeah! And live music from Arm Fee. Whoa! Yeah! And now, give it up for my man, Jerry Haas!
All right, yeah. Grego, everybody, Grego. Let's get that off there. Wizard doesn't like it. How we doing? Quiet? Yeah! All right, a little hooting's okay. A little hooting in the right spots. Oh, man. Oh, before we get into it too much, I have to admit, forgot we were taping tonight. Took a little babysitting gig. Neighbor's kid. He's upstairs. Should be cool. We got the monitor. Just flip that on so that we can hear what the little guy's up to. We tired him out. I gave him a pill, you know, because I got a bad back and it really works for me. So I thought, oh, there he is. Yeah, he sounds cool. So, you know, if you hear stuff like that, that's just him and he's having a good time, and, you know, this is just in case. But, hey, let's get into the monologue. Huh?
Yeah.
Don't too much hooting, though. Too much hooting. Keep it down a little bit. Just clap. Or plop. Whatever you do. Hey, you know, to run a show of this nature, you know, it's kind of a pain in the neck. The main problem is you can't find a lot of talent to be guests, you know? Not a lot of good talent out there. Like, I go to see these comedians, you know, thinking, you know, find the next Ray Romano or something. Just turns out a bunch of, you know, well, I don't want to say the name, but, you know, like a bunch of Dane Cooks or whatever. You know, just a bunch of garbage. We'll cut that. Well, that wasn't nice. That's not my style. I'm sorry, Big D. But, that's good. You got a goat up there. You know what? That's actually getting a little, we don't need, he's fine. I tell you, all these comedians, they talk about the same thing. And I'm just not that interested in it, because I like to be nice, you know, and they're all kind of mean-spirited. And so I'll tell you, there's a few kind of jokes I will not do. I don't do jokes about women, you know, because it's just, you know, they're too sensitive. And I don't do jokes about other races, you know, because I'm scared. And then I don't do jokes about the homeless, see, because that's just not funny. A lot of guys, he's doing these homeless jokes. That's in poor taste, I'm afraid. But there's one funny thing I thought about the homeless. And it's really more of a judgment on us than them. But, you know, you see a guy in the train. You guys are going to know as soon as I say this. But you see a guy on the train. He's coming through. He's asking for a little money or whatever. What's the first thing we do? Quietly. No? Don't know? Look at his shoes, right? We're looking at his shoes. Like, you know, oh, okay. This guy's got Nikes on. No nickel for you. Come on, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know where he got those shoes. You don't know. And you still give him the nickel, because that's tough. Anyone that would put themselves out there like that is probably in pretty bad shape, okay?
Yeah, Jerry.
All right. Another thing about the train I noticed, a lot of farting, right? You guys smell all these farts on the train? You know? It's all this crap we eat. The bad food and alcohol and stuff. I don't get into any of that, but don't do that. Don't eat that stuff. Okay, guys? You know what I'm saying?
No way.
But it's not just the trains. A lot of places smell like farts these days. You know, you go into the store, they smell like farts, you know? I like to go into the thrift stores a lot. You got a lot of good stuff that people didn't need. I got this shirt there, matter of fact. You know, I get a lot of shirts there. I get thank you. I get a belt now and then. I don't buy pants there because those are just like filled with other people's farts. You don't want to bring that home. What else? I get a lot of music there. A lot of $1 and $2 CDs you can get at thrift stores. right? Anybody ever done that?
Sure, I do that.
Actually, I got another piece of advice. This one's more for the kids. Maybe it's not for this crowd, but the home viewers. Any 13, 14-year-olds just getting into music and stuff. Kid walking around. I'll check later. But, yeah, the music, right? You don't need these iTunes, all the $1 a song and stuff. They got everything you need at the thrift store. And I'll tell you, especially if you're getting into, if you're 13, 14, just getting into Smash Mouth, you can get their whole discography at any thrift store. Missy Elliott, they got all of them. So there's a few artists out there. R.E.M., don't need to buy any of that new. Just so you know, guys. Just so you know. Hey, you know, a lot of people told me this, or maybe I just heard it wrong, but I think I'm pretty good at giving advice, you know. I've given you guys some good tips tonight. And thank you. That's nice. And I thought maybe there's a way to do it like live on the show, you know? Like, how can someone just like have a thought while they're watching and get it to me and I can help them out or whatever, you know? So I got to racking my brain thinking, you know, how could this be done? And really I couldn't come up with anything. But I talked to my buddy Steve. He's real good with gadgets. So I thought, you know, I told him my dilemma and I thought maybe come up with something. And lo and behold, he did. And we're going to have him come up right now, if you guys don't mind, because we're going to do a segment later where I'm actually dispatching advice as part of the show. Here we go. Here's Steve, everybody. He's good with gadgets. And he's a buddy of mine. Come on, hey.
Hey, everybody.
He's a prop.
I got it.
Okay. Did somebody get it? Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, like I said, I told him, you know, what my problem was. I said, hey, Steve, you're good with gadgets. Come up with something
Yep.
so that I can communicate with the people
Yep.
in real time. You know?
Yep.
And tell them what you came up with.
All right. Well, everybody knows about microwave ovens, right? You use them all the time.
Yeah.
But do you really know how they work? You don't.
No.
No. Well, I'm into gadgets. And a lot of people, when you use your microwave oven, it's on, right? You turn the thing on, and it just goes and goes and goes, and then you hear the little bell, and it's done. You take your thing out, it's hot, you eat it, and that's it. But a lot of people don't know about the defrost mode. All right? Defrost mode. That's the crux of the whole thing. I just brought this to show you. This thing here is a magnetron. The magnetron, it's called a klystron. There's another word for it. And what it does is, and you see it's got two little points on it. All right? These two little antenna things. And it makes energy, electromagnetic waves inside. It sits on the top.
Well, I thought it just heats it up.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't. What it does is it puts these waves, plus and minus, back and forth at the same time, and it makes the molecules of the food go crazy. And from the friction of moving back and forth, it gets hot. The 120 volts that you plug it into in your house, it turns it into 3,000 volts. It's a lot of energy in there. Now, when you go to heat up something, it's always on. On, pulse back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When it's in defrost, it goes on, then goes off. Goes on, goes off, pulse on, pulse off. And what happens is, what we did was, you take a piece of paper, you take a message that's written down, and you put it inside the microwave. Pulse on, pulse off, pulse on, pulse off. What happens is, it picks up the writing on the paper as an interference wave, and it transmits it. Right through the air.
Like food.
Well, yeah, like food. But what happens is, you can put a letter in a microwave, put it on defrost. You don't want to cook it because it'll burn up the paper. You put it on defrost.
Oh, no, just...
Well, I've been working on this.
I know you're not joking, but it just struck me.
I'm working on this. And what happens is, the interference pattern that it sets up, it's an RF wave, like a radio signal. I took this one over here, I tuned it to the frequency of a defrost cycle, and that's how it works. You can send
But you promised me this is just a normal microwave.
It's a normal microwave, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, that's how it does it.
I'm going to look inside here just one minute and make sure there's nothing weird going on. Can you hold that?
Sure.
Okay, well, it looks like a microwave.
Yeah, it is. But it's tuned.
Yeah.
You know the way you tune a radio?
Okay.
This thing right over here is made by Emerson. Emerson used to make TVs
I'll
and
take that. I'll
radios.
take it. Sorry about that.
Okay, so Emerson's making microwave ovens. They used to make TVs and radios. It's all the same thing. Okay,
Food.
but communication also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
So somebody could, write a message and send it to you in the microwave.
That's great.
In defrost mode.
That's great. I hope they do.
All right.
Hope they do.
All right.
Well, I appreciate that,
Well,
and I hope
you're
everyone at
welcome.
home got that. So basically, later we're gonna do a little segment. I'll tell you when's the right time, and if you got a question or a comment, I prefer a question. Just put it in your microwave, print it out, put it in your microwave, hit
Defrost.
defrost. There you go,
Yeah.
and it'll come here, and we'll deal with it. And I got one other thing though. Does this thing take emails?
No. I'm working on
Dang
it.
it.
No, I'm not. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of those little USB slots on the side.
Oh.
Yeah. And one of those little antenna guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be able to do that. They'll be emailed to you. I just got to get the addresses and the frequencies set
Right
up
on.
the right way.
Cool. Well, we'll look forward to that. But
Okay.
in the meantime, just put your paper letters in there, hit defrost, and we'll get them.
And only that for a minute. That's all. You don't want the frost
minute.
more than that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Excellent.
And it sends it out.
So that's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quicker than the fax, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot,
You're
man.
welcome, Jerry. Anytime.
Appreciate you coming by and appreciate you working on that. That's great. That's great.